Okay, so whatever ones you dig into now and you research, they'll stay with you. And another thing is that it will help you in times of uncertainty. And what I mean by times of uncertainty, okay, the market's been going up crazy, right? Okay, it's not going to go up crazy forever. There's going to be some corrections. And some of those corrections are going to be a little bit on the violent side. What I mean by the violent side is I'm talking about going down by quite a bit, and you're not going to be able to walk anywhere without it being all over the news. You turn on Channel 4, the stock market went down 100 points today, or turn on Channel 9 or Channel 11 or whatever. It won't escape you. And as humans, naturally, how do we feel? We start feeling that anxiety. We're like, oh my goodness, I got some money there, and it went down a lot. Oh, should I take it all out? No. Warren Buffett said, he said, the stock market is a place where the impatient people transfer money to the patient people. So when you've done your homework in advance, okay, and you have really put in the work, you will know what the fundamentals of that company are, okay? And if it is a good company, and if nothing substantial has changed, okay, it is still a good company, even though it's gone down by, 10 or 15 points. So nothing has changed by the company. The only thing happened is there's been news or something like that, okay? And so you had a temporary market shift, okay? So just by doing that, what's going to happen most of the time is it's just going to go right back up. And remember, we talked about time in the market is much more significant than market timing. Time in the market is just you get in the market and you stay in the market. Market timing is you're trying to go in, take it out, go in, take it out, go in, take it out. And then you may say, well, James, you say you do that with Bitcoin. No, not exactly. Primarily, most of my Bitcoin stays there. What I said is that when they make a big run up, I profit take, just like the white boys. You'll hear them, they'll go, well, it was down a little bit today from profit taking. Profit taking means is that it ran way up, and so you gave it a haircut. That's all that means. You still got the majority of it there. You just gave it a haircut, and when it traces back down, you buy it cheaper, and it's going right back up. And it's not luck. It's because you put your work in. Next question. Any more questions? All right.
Yes, I have one. Can I call you on your personal line in about 5 minutes? I just need 2 minutes of your time.
Come on, you already know the answer to that.
Thank you.
You already know the answer to that. And any of you guys can, any of you guys can. If you're on this Zoomcast, then we got it like that. Any of y'all can call me anytime. We'll work on whatever it is you need to work on. Like I said, you want to try to polish that credit or whatever, or maybe it's questions about some of your investments, or it might be as far as finding money. I mean, some of y'all can find money by, just cutting out, eat out a little bit less, because some of those pizzas and stuff cost a lot of money. I think our pizza bill, if we get 2 pizzas, it's probably almost $30. It's probably almost that, something like that, because we don't want just Domino's, we want the good stuff. So does that mean you have to deprive yourself? No, you don't have to deprive yourself, but you just pick your spots. Any other questions?
This is Jordan. I got a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a good resource to show like the different words that you're using, like as far as like definitions and things, like all in one place or one website?
Give me an example. Give me some of the words.
Well, just some of the stuff that you just said, like now, like profit taking and things like that. But just and then like you had like the you're talking about
Dollar cost averaging?
Yeah, dollar cost averaging,
Okay, dollar cost averaging, I actually went over that with you guys. And profit taking, I went over that with you guys. But you can do that stuff because you go to Morningstar, it has all of that. And there are a lot of places that have those things. So dollar cost averaging, I'm going to say it again because there are a few things that I consider foundational. Okay, the one things that I consider foundational, in other words, if you don't do anything else, have a good understanding of these handful of things, and if you do, you'll be fine. Just knowing the basics and not getting away from the basics. You get away from the basics, you're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice. Okay, diversification, not putting all your eggs in one basket. You can get out there and things are going up like they're going up now, and you want to get crazy and just start throwing your bill money at stuff, okay? And you're throwing it all at one thing. Something happens to that one thing, and you're smashed, okay? Well, why are you smashed, okay? You got away from that basic rule of diversification, okay? Dollar cost averaging is literally, I guess in these days and times, a good way of calling it is auto debit. And on most of these accounts, Acorn, Robin, all of them, every last one of these accounts will let you auto debit into them. And it doesn't even matter the amount. You could auto debit, like I said, $25 a week into the account. Just do it amount to where you feel like you won't miss it that much. Whatever you're comfortable with, auto debit that in, that is dollar cost averaging. And why they call it dollar cost averaging is because what you're doing is you're buying that amount of investments every week or however often you put it in, okay? And so the way that it averages out is if, say, that mutual fund, whatever, or that ETF is a little higher, you're buying a little bit less of it. If it goes down the next week, you put the same amount in, you're buying a little bit more of it. And over time, that effect is, I call it magic math. And then the other thing is compounding. And compounding to me is magic math. And compounding is basically your interest making interest. And that's another reason why you want to just sit it there and just let it compound. And another way to look at it is if you look at like some of the root definition of certain words and phrases and things like that, compounding basically started from like a biological term. It's almost like you have a kid and you just bring him home and he's a little baby and he can't do anything for himself and you're doing everything for him. And then all of a sudden you look up and they're in college. Just like that. That's a compounding effect. And they're in college and they're doing all kinds of things. I mean, my kids know a lot of things I don't know. I'll call them for certain things, and I know they're nodding their heads right now. They're nodding their heads right now. But it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago where I was changing their diaper, warming up their milk bottle and all that, and you snap your finger, oh my God, 20 years later, look at this awesome human being, this amazing intellectual giant, creative, masterful human there. And it's that's how compounding works, basically. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Makes perfect sense.
And a lot of these basic things I will refer back to all the time. And profit taking, what profit taking is if something goes up a lot, you give it a haircut. You just take a little bit of it off. And the reason why you do that is, one is you never go broke by taking profits. Okay? I'll say it again. You never go broke by taking profits. Okay? And it ran all the way up. You know, that's your reward, all right? Are you hurting yourself by taking some off? I don't think so. Okay? Because in the stock market, 9 out of 10 times, what's going to happen is it's going to retrace back a little bit anyways. So if you want to come back in, you can come back in a little cheaper. And if you don't, it doesn't matter, you know, because let's just say if you start out, you start out with $10,000, okay, in your account, and your account runs up to $50,000, okay, it runs up to $50,000 and maybe it ran up pretty fast. And when it runs up to $50,000, you take 10,000 out. Okay, is that dumb? No, that's not dumb. First of all, you put your original money back in your pocket. Secondly, you still have $40,000 in there growing, and you're playing with house money, and you're sleeping better. You can't lose. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Never go broke from taking profits. All right. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Let's call it a night. What time is it? 8:34. That's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. You know, my sister said wings is not for blacks. Affinity, yes. Yeah. Like I said, wings is whatever. They're, I don't know. There's some good things about them, some things not that good. I would consider wings okay. All right. It's way better than Wells Fargo still, but Infinity is good. And I know my sister, she's on that, and she's usually pretty on point about all of that stuff. When you see her, ask her about those screenshots I send her every day. I tell her that isn't it cool when you can go to sleep and your money's working for you? Yeah, remember that. Instead of us working so hard for our money, let's get to the point where our money's working for us. All right, we're gonna put it to work. All right. So with that said, you guys, as always, I love you guys. I respect you. I honor you. And congratulations, all right? Because you guys are the leaders. You guys are the leaders, and you guys are the solutions, all right? So nothing but just respect. Love you guys. Be blessed.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you.